Hello and welcome to all of you on your own channel. That's Mudabbir's Biology Club. Dear students, today our topic is the evolution of thought. It's a famous saying by T. Dobzhansky that nothing in biology makes sense except in the light of evolution. Basically, in this lecture, our main focus shall be upon understanding as to how the heart has evolved, not only in case of the humans, but how the heart has evolved in the what we call as different types of the animals. So we say that basically whatever happens in the evolution, usually it happens from simplicity to complexity. So once the animals were basically evolving, we say that in some invertebrates like the annelids like the Parathema posthuma, that's earthworm, and in other arthropods, you will see there are blood vessels, and there is a blood vessel which we call as dorsal blood vessel. So there is a great consensus of many what we call as the biologists upon the fact that basically, first of all, in these simple invertebrates of higher grade, some of the blood vessels attended pulsation. Like you will see if you have studied the what we call as the blood circulatory system of the Parathema posthuma, there is a dorsal blood vessel. And like that, in many other annelids and arthropods, there are blood vessels. So it is believed that some of the blood vessel has attended pulsation, and basically this blood vessel later on gave origin to what we call as the heart, or the heart was generated from this blood vessel. That is why in terms of evolution we say that this heart is a modified blood vessel. When we study heart in terms of the anatomy, we say that heart is the central pumping organ in our body. It pumps the blood to all other parts of the body. But when we consult the evolutionists, or when we study the evolution, and when we define the heart in terms of the evolution, we say that basically heart is a modified blood vessel which has attained what we call as the contractility, so that to pump the blood in the body. So again I will say that in lower grade invertebrates like that of the annelids and arthropods, still today we see that there are some blood vessels which have the property of pulsation, like that in the earthworm, that's Parathema posthuma, or you can see in the European earthworm, that's Limbricus. There is a blood vessel which we call as the dorsal blood vessel, and when we analyze this dorsal blood vessel, we see that these dorsal blood vessels show some pulsatory movements, and it is believed and it is given a justification by the evolutionists that basically this blood vessel has modified into the heart, and this pulsation you are seeing in that very blood vessel, it has basically developed into the heartbeat in case of the higher animals. So this this thing is justified by studying the structure of the heart in the vertebrates. When we study the vertebrates, we see that the first superclass, that's of the Pisces, and after that you will study the after Pisces or fishes, you will study the amphibians. After amphibians, you will study the reptiles. After reptiles, you will study birds, and after birds, you will study mammals. And this arrangement of the animals in this very manner, it's not a coincidence. It is the manner in which these animals have evolved on this planet, and the same manner has been followed while classifying these very animals. So first of all, we study Pisces. It means that first Pisces have came into origin. Then we study amphibians. From the Pisces, amphibians have evolved. Then we study reptiles. Then reptiles have come into origin. After that, we study aves. Then from reptiles, aves have come into origin. And after that, we study mammals. And lastly, the mammals have evolved. In this series, we will see, first of all, we will analyze the heart of Pisces. This is the diagram depicting the heart of the Pisces. If you will see in this heart, that is the piscine heart. Pisces are fishes. Pisces is an alternate term for the fishes. If you see clearly in this diagram, there's only one auricle and there is a single ventricle in the heart. So we say that in case of the fishes, there is two chambered heart. There is one auricle and then there is one ventricle. So we say that there is two chambered heart in case of the fishes. But you will see that there are many accessory chambers in the heart of the fish, like the truncus arteriosus, bulbus arteriosus, sinus venosus, but they are not counted as the two chambers of the heart. The true chambers of the heart in case of the fishes are two. There's one auricle and there's one ventricle, so the heart of the fishes is two chambered. This is the simple diagram depicting the two chambered heart of the fishes. After that, you will see when we move a step forward, means when we go towards the amphibians, we see uh, in amphibians you can take the example of frog, which we call as rana tigrina. In amphibians, you will see there is three-chambered heart. There are two auricles, that's right auricle, left auricle, and there is a single ventricle. So in case of the amphibians, the heart is three-chambered. This is the diagram which depicts the three-chambered heart of the amphibians. This right auricle, left auricle, and this is ventricle. Now we shall again see the heart of the the heart of the Pisces. The heart of the Pisces is two-chambered, whereas that of the these amphibians is three-chambered. So first, when the heart evolved, it in Pisces it was two-chambered. When the amphibians got evolved from the Pisces, this heart also got evolved, and it gradually to meet out the what we call as the this requirements of the amphibians, it became three-chambered. One more chamber was developed, that is this auricle developed as septum, and got divided into right auricle and left auricle. When we move on the series, the what we call as organization of the animals, it gets much more advanced. When we see the Pisces, in Pisces it is two-chambered heart, in amphibians it is three-chambered heart. It is depending upon the body organization and demand of the animal. After that, we will move towards the reptiles. In the reptiles, there are you can take the example of snakes, you can take the example of lizards, etc. You will see in reptiles there's incompletely divided ventricle, or we say that their heart is incompletely divided four chambered. What we mean by that is that there are two auricles, right auricle, left auricle, but this ventricle, you will see there is septum in this ventricle, but this septum is incomplete septum. This is the septum, you can notes it. This is the septum between the ventricles, but it has not reached to this level. I will mark it like this. There is no there is no intraventricular septum in this very region. So it means that whereas the auricles have got completely divided into right auricle and left auricle, the ventricle is incompletely divided. So there is difference in the heart of the amphibians and the reptiles. On the one hand, the heart of the amphibians, it is three-chambered, and the heart of the reptiles, it's not three-chambered, it is incompletely divided four-chambered heart. It's not completely divided four-chambered heart, it is incompletely divided four-chambered heart, as there is incomplete division of the ventricle. After that, when we move towards the avian heart, we see that the heart of the aves and the heart of the mammals, it is completely divided four-chambered heart. There is one right auricle and there is another left auricle, and then similarly there are two ventricles, there is right ventricle, there is left ventricle. So the heart of the aves is completely divided four chambered heart to meet out the demands of the circulation. In case of the aves, it has completely become four chambered. But in case of the reptiles, there is one exception. Crocodile is the only this reptile which has completely divided four-chambered heart, like that of the aves and these mammals. All other these reptiles have incompletely divided four-chambered heart, except crocodile, which has completely divided four-chambered heart. This feature of the crocodile resembles with the avian and the mammalian heart. Now, this is the avian heart. Aves are birds. The heart of the aves and the heart of the mammals is built upon the same pattern. That is, there is one right auricle, there is left auricle, then there are two ventricles, there is right ventricle, and then there is left ventricle. So the heart of these birds and the heart of the mammals, it is completely divided four chambered heart. There is double circulation going on in case of the these birds, and in case of the mammals, to completely separate the oxygenated blood from the deoxygenated blood. So what we call as the much more advanced structure of the heart, you can see in case of the aves, and in case of the mammals, there is attained complete separation of this oxygenated blood from the deoxygenated blood. Again, I will say that it is depending upon the body organization and depending upon the body structure and demands of the body, that the heart has evolved from two chambered, then to the three chambered structure, then to incompletely divided four chambered structure, and then ultimately to completely divided four chambered structure. So the point over here is to understand that this is the sequence of events in which the this heart of the animals has evolved in the animal series, right from right from the fishes up to the mammals. So this thing makes us believe that something like evolution has really occurred. The structures like the heart and other organs of the animals have developed in a sequential series of events, and this makes us to believe that basically there's a great homology in the structure of the animals, although there is wide difference in the structure of the heart ranging from the Pisces up to the mammals, but the basic structure of the heart is same, which again makes us believe that there is great homology in the structure of the animals, which makes us to believe that uh, in the ancient past in the ancient past there might have been some what we call as common ancestor of all the present day animals. Hope that you have understood the what is the evolution of the heart and how the heart has developed from simplicity to complexity, depending upon the demands of the body and depending upon the body organization of the animals. For other lectures, do subscribe our channel. That's Mother Biology Color.